Assalamu alaikum everyone. Welcome to our Community Helpers live program. Inshallah, we'll be starting in a few minutes. Assalamu alaikum everyone. Welcome to our event once again. Please make sure to tell us in the comments where you're coming from. Inshallah, in a few minutes we'll be starting our event. But in the meantime, make sure to introduce yourself, your name, your location, etc. And to the rest of the people in the chat, inshallah. So inshallah, Brother Hamza Irfan is here. He'll be opening our program with his recitation of the Quran, inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alaikum assalam, brother. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, how are you?
Alhamdulillah, nice to hear.
Would you like me to start?
Yes, go ahead, inshallah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ما كان على النبي من حرج فيما فرض الله له سنة سُنَّةَ اللَّهِ فِي الَّذِينَ خَلَوْا مِن قَبْلُ وَكَانَ أَمْرُ اللَّهِ قَدَرًا مَّقْدُورًا الَّذِينَ يُبَلِّغُونَ رِسَالَاتِ اللَّهِ وَيَخْشَوْنَهُ وَلَا يَخْشَوْنَ أَحَدًا إِلَّا اللَّهَ وَكَفَىٰ بِاللَّهِ حَسِيبًا مَا كَانَ مُحَمَّدٌ أَبَا أَحَدٍ مِّن رِّجَالِكُمْ وَلَٰكِن رَّسُولَ اللَّهِ وَخَاتَمَ النَّبِيِّينَ وَكَانَ اللَّهُ بِكُلِّ شَيْءٍ عَلِيمًا يَا أَيُّهَا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا اذْكُرُوا اللَّهَ ذِكْرًا كَثِيرًا وَسَبِّحُوهُ بُكْرَةً وَأَصِيلًا هُوَ الَّذِي يُصَلِّي عَلَيْكُمْ وَمَلَائِكَتُهُ لِيُخْرِجَكُم مِّنَ الظُّلُمَاتِ إِلَى النُّورِ وَكَانَ بِالْمُؤْمِنِينَ رَحِيمًا تَحِيَّتُهُمْ يَوْمَ يَلْقَوْنَهُ سَلَامٌ وَأَعَدَّ لَهُمْ أَجْرًا كَرِيمًا يَا أَيُّهَا النَّبِيُّ إِنَّا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ شَاهِدًا وَمُبَشِّرًا وَنَذِيرًا وَدَاعِيًا إِلَى اللَّهِ بِإِذْنِهِ وَسِرَاجًا مُّنِيرًا وَبَشِّرِ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ بِأَنَّ لَهُم مِّنَ اللَّهِ فَضْلًا كَبِيرًا صدق الله العظيم.
Jazakallah khair, Brother Hamza. What a beautiful recitation. May Allah bless you.
Amin.
Inshallah, our next speakers will be Sister Sumla Hassan. She is the president of Community Helpers. And Sister Nada Gurti, she is our treasurer. And inshallah, they will be discussing how you can support our projects, what our projects are, how we're benefiting the community, etc. Inshallah. So without further ado, Sister Nada, Sister Sumla, please, inshallah.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Sumla Hassan. I'm the founder and the current president of Community Helpers USA. Community Helpers USA is a volunteer driven organization. Alhamdulillah, we have around 350 volunteers working throughout different countries. Our mission is to mobilize communities and empower the needy families by providing social services and economic empowerment opportunities. We serve over 1,000 clients per year through empowering programs which address food distributions, hunger relief, immigration, legal referrals, employment and job services, affordable housing, driver education aids, mentoring, and other services. Some of the community helpers' local projects also include supporting families afflicting with unexpected incidents. A few cases worth mentioning in 2019 is a Syrian man who died from heart surgery complication, left his wife and 8 children in a very stressful situation. We made sure to visit the family often and found resources that could be used to cover the cost of funeral. We launched a fundraising campaign for the same family and were able to collect, alhamdulillah, $26,000 from our generous donors to for the down payment of the house for the family of 9. We also helped a taxi driver who was killed while he was driving his passengers to their requested destination. He left behind his wife and six young kids, with the eldest just 18 years of age. They had no means of transportation, therefore, we launched a campaign and bought a reliable 10,000 car that could fit their entire family. Another example of unfortunate incident in which a Muslim sister and her little daughter were killed after getting hit by a car while she was crossing the road. Our organization collected, alhamdulillah, $7,000 for the funeral and other expenses. May Allah reward all the donors and their families immensely in this world and hereafter for supporting these families. These three events are just a few examples that we have dealt with. The best part of our organization is our verification process. Only takes a few hours or up to a day to start contacting and providing helps to families, while some organization takes days or even a week. Community Helpers recently partnered with another organization named Restoring the Heart of Detroit. The organization provides also living in these shelters. Um, uh, Muslim kids are also live in these shelters. Our team has never restricted helping people because of their religion, caste, or background. It is our responsibility as a Muslim to support people of all backgrounds and religion in the time of need, especially during this time of the coronavirus pandemic. Community helpers are currently working on many projects in different countries. Because of this global pandemic, we made it our goal to distribute food in certain neighborhoods in Syria, Pakistan, Yemen, and occupied Kashmir. In addition, we have been installing water wells in Pakistan in impoverished rural villages. During my personal visit to northern Pakistan, I identified certain areas that especially needed the water well installed. We also recently funded project in Ikhlas Medical Center in Karachi, Pakistan, where free medical treatment is provided to around 39,000 patients every year. We also sponsor vacations for 50 orphans to go for a 3 day vacation trip to Naran, Pakistan. We, inshallah, plan to continue these projects in future. We also plan on working with qualified US doctors to communicate and treat patients via telemedicines in different countries, inshallah. Committee Helpers is happy to provide any accountability if any of our donors like to see where and how we are using their funds. Jazakallah khair for supporting our organization. Inshallah, together we can make a difference in people's life. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum, everybody. My name is Nada Kurdi. I am the co-founder of Community Helpers, which we started in early 2016 with Miss Sumbla Hassan. I am the treasurer of Community Helpers, so I am in direct contact with all the charities, all the zakat, all the sadaqah that we received. Based on our last year budget, we have a budget of about $75,000 that we received from our community. We did not receive any grants from the government. We did not receive any assistance from anybody. We counted 100% on our community, which include pharmacists, engineers, businessmen, doctors, mostly from the Pakistani community. Last year, we spent about 45% of our budget on housing, paying rents for refugees, for single mom, for widows, for needy people, disabled people. We spent about 20% or 22% for car repairs. We spent about about 6% of our budget on international donation and about 7% of our budget on food and utilities. We spend some money on clothing, which is about 4% of our budget. We did partner with many organizations internationally. First one was Sunrise Foundation, which was our brother or our sister in Syria. We partnered up with them, and they helped us in the northern Syria, feeding refugee during Ramadan, and we helped many orphans in the northern of Syria. We sponsored orphans, and we are having a new coming up orphans program to sponsor Syrian orphans in northern Syria, in the Idlib area, in the Afrin area, and all through other organizations that helping us on ground over there. We also partnered or teamed up with the organization of Human for Humanity, which are they are right now in Greece. They are doing a lot of projects in helping refugees from several nationalities. Our contact person over there is Mrs. Nada Kadri, who is the president of Human for Humanity. We help feeding refugees in Greece. We help providing them and supporting them with shoes, with socks during the winter time, which was a very, very hard and tough winter. We know that the one of the pillars in Islam is charity or paying zakat. The five pillars in Islam are the obligation that every Muslim must satisfy in order to live a good and responsible life according to Islam. These pillars strengthen our faith and strengthen the character of the individual and the community. Carrying out this obligation provide the framework of a Muslim life and weave their everyday activities and their beliefs into a single cloth of religious devotion. No matter how sincerely a person may believe in God or Islam, regardless, Islam regards or consider this as a pointless to live life without putting that faith into action and practice. So giving is the most important thing in our community helpers. So as an organization, we count on you 100%. We count on our community in building up this organization and making it bigger and bigger and bigger and helping more people. And by helping us, you are helping the humanity. Thank you very much and have a great day.
Jazakumullah khair to both of you. That was a very nice presentation. Inshallah, do please give to us. You can see we are having great impact both on our community and on several communities abroad. Our next speaker, inshallah, is Dr. Muhammad Hakim. He is an imam from Dearborn. He is an engineer by profession, an imam by hobby and by passion. He is a distinguished speaker on spirituality. So, inshallah, Dr. Hakim will be coming in a few minutes. And inshallah, until then, please consider donating to us. And we will resume in a few minutes, inshallah. So while we're waiting on Dr. Muhammad, why don't you guys share what is the most enlightening experience? Obviously, this Ramadan has been very different from previous Ramadans that we have experienced. What has been the largest difference in your life that you think you have made positively between this Ramadan and previous Ramadans? Share in the chat, inshallah. Tell us in the comments. So, for example, for me personally, I think I've been able to, normally we attend masajid and we pray tarawih behind the imam, and alhamdulillah, it's a great experience. But that means that, many of us don't have experience leading tarawih on our own. This Ramadan, my father and I have been praying tarawih at home, and I think that is a very unique experience. How to manage to try to finish the Quran in 27 days, praying alone, not, like when you go to the masajid, sometimes our intention might change. We might start trying to show off, etc. But when we're praying at home, it's between us and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And I think in general, the ibadah that we've performed at home this Ramadan, it hasn't had that show off aspect at all compared to past Ramadans. So inshallah, please keep sharing in the comments. Yes, a person wrote, my son is back home this Ramadan. We spent last Ramadan in the ICU at University of Michigan. Well, subhanAllah, yeah, that is alhamdulillah positive change. Uh, yeah, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keep granting us shifa, inshallah. Ibrahim alayhi salam says in the Quran, وَإِذَا مَرِضْتُ فَهُوَ يَشْفِينِ, and when I am afflicted with the disease, he is the one who heals me. So we must continue thanking inshallah for giving us that shifa. So yeah, mabruk that you are alhamdulillah spending Ramadan home this year. Who else inshallah? Please continue commenting. Yes, another sister wrote, I finished the whole Quran, mashallah. Yes, alhamdulillah, that's a good achievement to make. In this Ramadan, we should try and read as much Quran as possible. Many scholars have stated, I was hearing that some of the scholars in the past, Imam Malik, for example, he was a scholar of hadith. His specialty was hadith. And people at the time, like today, a scholar might have good credentials that I went to Al-Azhar, I went to Medina. That is my credential as a good scholar. Back then, people's credentials were I'm reciting hadith directly from Imam Malik. I heard it from him, and I'm narrating it to you. So hadith was his specialty. But even he, during Ramadan, he stopped narrating hadith. He stopped teaching hadith to people. He only read Quran the entire month. And Ibn Taymiyyah, I was hearing a few days ago. He has a very long tafsir. But every single volume, if you read a single paragraph, every paragraph will say, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us in the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala orders us, etc. Directly quoting the Quran over and over and over again. And if you read all of his tafsir, you would be convinced that the Quran must be a very long book because it talks to every single topic possible. So Ibn Taymiyyah, he was very much indulged in the Quran. But when he was on his deathbed, he said something along the lines of, I'm afraid that I have been distant too far from the Quran. I have not been following the Quran. So if one of the greatest scholars in our history felt that way, then who are we to, not read the Quran? So yeah, inshallah, every Ramadan, our focus should be forget every other ibadah. The Quran is the most important ibadah. Inshallah. So inshallah, keep commenting with your own changes. Yes, another person wrote, Subhanallah, we can see Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's mercy on us that we have been taking for granted. Yes, so Sheikh Ammar Shukri from Al-Maghrib Institute, he said something that I found very profound. Okay, inshallah, actually we'll be playing a video now. Okay, sorry, I'll quickly share this anecdote. Sheikh Ammar Shukri, he said there's an ayah in the Quran that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not change a people until they change what is in themselves. Many people, they interpret this ayah positively, that if we change ourselves for the better, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will make our lives better. And that is a good way to look at it, that, by changing ourselves individually for the better, we will have a better future as a nation. But it can also be interpreted the other way, where if we change ourselves for the worse, then society will also be faced with worse circumstances. And he said that 2019, alhamdulillah, was a good year for many people. 2020, you're facing this pandemic where Ramadan is basically cancelled, not literally, but figuratively. We might be praying Eid Salah at home. And in general, everything has been thrown into chaos. The Hajj is cancelled. So what that tells us is that our own deeds have changed from 2019 to 2020. And as a result, Allah Subhanahu does not change a people until they change what is in themselves. So this could be Allah Subhanahu this way of reminding us that we have maybe forgotten His ibadah over the past year or so. Another person wrote, many scholars say this is also the best Ramadan to their families as they get to spend more time with them. You get to practice it closely with your wife and kids, and they get to live the experience. Yes, I agree. Inshallah, alhamdulillah. Many people, I think, do not have the proper bonding, especially now that Ramadan is moving into the school year. So even students are out in school rather than being at home. Sheikh Muhammad Sulaiman, he is one of the greatest shuyukh in the Western world. He was saying that one of the biggest changes positively that has come into his life as a result of this experience is he's spending more time at home with his daughters, with his wife, etc. That otherwise he was not spending because he is always traveling to give talks, etc. So now, inshallah, we'll be playing a video. So please watch it, and when Sheikh Muhammad comes, you will resume the event, inshallah. Yes, alhamdulillah. Another person, many people now are feeling what Gaza and other parts of the world have been experiencing for a very long time. One video I saw about a kid in Gaza asking his dad about the situation and said, "We have been living like this ever since I was born." Yes, may Allah SWT help our brothers and sisters in places such as Gaza, Kashmir, Yemen, Syria, etc. They have been experiencing such difficulties for a very long time. In various countries throughout the world, inshallah, please donate. There's a bar at the top bottom of the screen explaining how you can donate via PayPal or Zelle. Just a reminder that inshallah after Dr. Muhammad's speech, we'll be having an Athan competition. So our 5 finalists will be giving Athans, and then inshallah a few of them will be selected, or one of them as winners. So yeah, as we were commenting before the video, this Ramadan has been a very unique experience since you're spending it at home. So please describe in the comments what is different in your experience between this Ramadan and your past Ramadans, and how you've used it as an opportunity to grow from previous Ramadans. You might have heard some shuyukh, for example, make the joke that make this quarantine into a Quran-tine. I was watching a series by Sheikh Hamad Shukri and Sheikh Ali Basuni, by the way, on pondering the Quran. Since this is the month in which we should be reading the Quran the most, and one of the most important parts of the reading the Quran is pondering its meanings. And there is one gem that I found interesting that I would like to share with all of you. In Surah Ankabut, Allah SWT says that the disbeliever, the one who does not believe in Allah SWT, is like the house of a spider, which is in Arabic an ankabut. And indeed, the weakest of houses is the house of a spider. So we are told to ponder this, and why does Allah compare the house of the faith of a disbeliever with the house of a spider? It's because, for example, a spider, in many spider species, a female spider, after mating, she consumes the male spider, and then when the baby spiders grow up, in many species, they kick out the parent spiders from the web and take the web over on their own. So what a weak house in which the wife kills the husband the children kick out the parents, and there is no family structure in that house. So that is one way that an ankabut, a spider, it has the weakest of houses. Another is that so the Surah Ankabut, the topic is basically fitness, and that's why in the first ayah Allah Ta'ala says, "Hasbu an-nasu an yutraku amanna." I don't know the exact ayah. I'm sorry, but the point being that do people think that they will say we believe in Allah Subhanahu wa Taala, but they will not be tested? So it's a rhetorical question, meaning of course you will be tested even if you say you believe in Allah Subhanahu wa Taala. So the topic of Surah Ankabut is fitness, and in that particular ayah where Allah Subhanahu wa Taala says, "وَإِنَّ أَوْهَنَ الْبُيُوتِ لَبَيْتُ الْعَنكَبُوتِ," a spider web, it can take a very large pressure on it. So for example, a very large insect can be trapped in a spider web, and it is said that if a spider web was extremely large, it could even trap an airplane or a car, despite not being that thick, because it is seemingly very strong. So people who do not have faith in Allah Subhanahu wa Taala, they can very easily become tangled in those fitan, just the way that any large object can be tangled in a spider web. But at the same time, any human can go and easily break a spider web despite it being seemingly very strong. And similarly, if we have faith and taqwa in Allah Subhanahu wa Taala, then we will also be able to escape those fitnas and not become tangled in them. So that was a gem that I felt like sharing from what I learned today, inshallah. If you learned any gems this Ramadan from any series of videos you've been watching from Al Maghrib Institute, Yaqeen Institute, there's other institutes that are serving our community, Miftah Institute, please serve them, inshallah. Please comment in the chat. Keep the comments coming, inshallah, guys. Even if you just want to say salam, I'm from such and such city, Someone said Jazakumullah khairan wa iyyakum, inshallah. Once again, please share your own gems so that we can keep it interactive. I'll give you another one. There are only two surahs that start with the word wail, which means woe, W-O-E, woe. One of them is Surah Humaza, which says wailun likulli humazatin lumaza. The other one is Surah Mutaffifin, wailun lil mutaffifin. So the mutaffifin refers to people who they are unjust in regards to the balances, etc. So for example, if I'm at a market, if I have a full scale, I use that to make unjust profits. Then I wanted the mutaffifin. This, for example, what the people of Shu'aib al-Islam did. He told them that do not violate the mizan and use that to make unjust profits, but they unfortunately rejected him and were punished. So Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala says, woe to the mutaffifin in the first ayah of that surah. And in Surah Humaza, he says, wailun likulli humazatin lumaza, woe to every backbiter and slanderer. Okay, Dr. Muhammad Hakim is here, inshallah. So Dr. Muhammad is, as I mentioned, he's by profession engineer and an imam by passion. He's one of my favorite speakers, mashallah. He's a distinguished speaker and writer on spirituality, productivity, and Quran. Welcome, Dr. Muhammad. How are you today? Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam rahmatullah. Thanks, Muhammad, for the introduction. Thank you so much. And it's a pleasure to meet you virtually because we cannot meet in person. How are you guys doing?
Yes,
can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Yes, Sheikh, we can hear you.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so thanks for having us. Thanks for joining. I really appreciate you guys being with us. Normally, I don't, those who know me, normally I don't wear sunnah, but I just came back from the Muslim Unity Center in Bloomfield, in West Bloomfield, and I prefer to wear white for Jum'ah, and I had this kufi on, and you know how they say always wearing a hijab has benefits because you can always cover your hair, you don't have to fix your hair. Same thing applies for kufi also. I'm wearing kufi for the sunnah of following the Prophet ﷺ, but also because my hair is messed up a little bit, so that's why يعني I am trying to look good. How's everyone doing? I am excited that to see a lot of families joining, a lot of ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls are joining, which is awesome. Can you guys just write down where are you calling from? Where are you connecting from? What city? What state? Just to see some diversity. See, Allah has more community helpers than others. Facebook user. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Obama. That's an okay. Can you guys type your city? Where are you from? Where are you logging in from? What city? And if you are alone or with family, let us know if you are with family. Detroit, mashallah. Please put your name and city. Put the family also. If you are alone, if you are connecting with the kids, I know it might be very hard to maybe put the kids next to Brother Muhammad speaking. They might as well watch I don't know, Pink Panther or the Smurfs. Rochester Hills, Troy, mashallah, Canton, tabarakallah. So Chicago, mashallah, Sister Faza from Chicago. Jazakumullah khair. Thanks for calling. The great city of Dearborn. Woo! Shout out for Dearborn. Alhamdulillah. Mashallah. Some people are by themselves. With family, mashallah, tabarakallah. So the whole family is watching on YouTube. So it's my first time using this StreamYard thing. So let me make sure that I don't mess up. 3 boys, and are you keeping them down? I have 4 kids myself, and it's very hard to control them. So as you can imagine, I am in the basement, which is their playground, but they are not here. They are visiting our neighbors while applying to social distancing. Rochester Hill with the family, mashallah. Thank you, Brother Muhammad Imtiyaz. Sister Juman, you are not alone, inshallah ta'ala. You are part of family now. You are part of the community helpers. So don't consider yourself alone. If also, it would be great if you can sign in with your name, so that when you comment, most likely your name is not Facebook and your last name is not user. It's something other than that. So from Michigan, mashallah, Facebook user from Michigan. Thank you so much for calling in. Okay, so we have an interesting program. I will try to make it interesting. I will try not to make it boring for you guys. It's not just another lecture. I just gave a khutbah at the Unity Center, which you can feel free to watch on their YouTube channel if you are interested. But here, we're not here to basically to lecture you guys. Here because we are, first of all, to thank you, to appreciate you calling in and supporting this great cause, and also to feel that we are one family. Yes, we may not be seeing each other, and this isolation have taken a toll on many people that I know, especially the extroverts. If you're an extroverted person, that you are energized by seeing a crowd, you get amazed by seeing a lot of people going on, and and you love seeing the whole buzzing with energy. And if you are by yourself, or you are always only with your family members, it is hard. It's not easy. That's why we're here, inshallah, to be together. And guess what? In the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in the eyes of God, because we are getting together for this, to support this cause, inshallah, we will get the reward of being together. Bi'idhnillah. طيب. So I am sure that you guys here don't need any reminder of the importance of sadaqah, charity. You don't need any motivation of why you should help a family in need, or why you should raise funds for the orphans or for the needy. You guys don't need all of that. But I am here to tell you another perspective about charity that maybe you have not heard before. And while I'm speaking, feel free to get that number, to get that thermometer, get up as much as you can. And I promise, those who attend my lectures and my seminars and workshops, they know that I am known for something that I call, it's a coin word that I only use, that nobody else uses. You guys ready? Please keep it as a secret. This coin word is called the Ammo jokes. So Ammo jokes is a variation of dad jokes. A dad joke is, of course, a joke given by your dad, and you have to laugh for it because it's your dad. If you don't laugh, you're gonna be smacked upon you. You get that shahata, that slipper shot at. So the ammo joke is usually worse than a dad joke, but people laugh at it, if that makes sense. So I promise that the more I see this number going up, the more I will try to give you guys more ammo jokes, inshallah ta'ala, so that yani, we have fun together. At the same time, we benefit. At the same time, we benefit the families and those in need. طيب. So I wanted to give you a perspective on charity that you may have not heard before. You know, sometimes when we talk about donating, when we talk about volunteering, we normally think about the akhirah gain, the hereafter. That your garden in paradise is expanding, you get more good deeds, you have a safe journey to the afterlife. So you have that journey to the afterlife when somebody passes away and they go to the grave and then to the other stages before they get at the final destination. The sadaqah will always accompany this person so that they have a safe journey until they reach Jannatul Firdaus. But also there's an element of charity, which is the worldly benefit of charity. The reimbursement from God immediately to you and your family, the happiness that comes when you donate, and the barakah, the blessing that Allah grants upon you when you donate. To understand this, the best way to understand this is through a story. So this is a story about a man who was walking in the desert, and this man heard a voice telling a cloud to go and rain at a very specific piece of land. Just go to that zip code, to that address, rain there, and that's it. Apart from any other lands and gardens that are out there in that area. And the guy heard the name of the man, the owner of that land, subhanallah. So that cloud went all the way to that specific land, poured the rain, and went away. And the man was amazed. Wow, he has seen Allah in action. We hear a lot about rizq and nasib. Normally we hear about nasib when it's about marriage issues, right? A guy proposes, knocks on the door of a family, and meets the girl, and she comes with a kubayt shai. She tries to serve tea to him, and they either like each other and there's nasib, or they don't like each other. And usually if the family of the girl does not like the guy, they wouldn't tell him, we don't like you. They don't say, oh, you're not a doctor or something. They would just say, there is no nasib. So this nasib has been indicating the unseen element of rizq, the unseen element of Allah guiding two souls together in love so that they can start their life together through marriage. But this nasib also has other aspects. Getting a job is a nasib. Getting a business opportunity is a nasib. Buying a stock at the right time and then watching that stock doubles and triple in number, this is nasib. Nasib sometimes can get into getting a good sleep. Sometimes you might sleep 3-4 hours and mashallah you have energy. You can go up and do qiyam al-layl. So all of that is rizq from Allah. Back to the story. That guy saw a physical nasib in front of him. That cloud going, pouring rain, and then going away. He was surprised, subhanallah. He said, you know what? Let me go and ask this person, what is he doing? Does he have any secret sauce? Does he do something special? Whenever you meet a successful entrepreneur or business person or CEO, people go and ask him questions, and they ask Warren Buffett, how do you invest in your stocks? They ask Elon Musk. They used to ask Bill Gates, and they would tell them the secret, the amazing thing that them and only them know. And subhanallah, the guy knocks on the door and he says, Salaam alaikum, alaikum salam. What's your name? My name is so and so, the same name he heard there. And the guy said, now you know my secret, the owner of that garden. Since you know my secret that I always get this special rain from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, let me tell you what I do. Are you guys ready? This is what he's doing. This is how he was able to unlock the barakah, to unlock the help coming from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He said, whenever I plant the seeds in the ground, I estimate my produce for the next year. And I divide how much money that I will make from this, and I will divide it into three. Okay. Okay. I'm just checking this because you guys can see my land. I divided into three portions. The first portion I give for my family. I spend on my family, on my kids. And guess what? With the right intention, having the right niyyah in mind, spending money on your family, on your kids, on your wife is a form of ibadah, is a form of worship. But guess what? He is not spending 100% of his money on his family. He is spending one third, which tells us something about this guy. Why he was given rizq from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He was content with less. He realized that probably I don't need a fridge that's full of food. I can always live with less. I don't have to cook all of that food. I can always eat leftovers. I don't have to ride the most fanciest of cars. I can always get another car that does the job. So spending one third of his income on his family instead of 100% shows that this guy knew what something very important, very essential and important about life. That life is not about buying and buying and buying. When COVID-19 started, many of us have been buying, and I'm talking about myself first and foremost. We've been buying way more stuff. We're supposed to go to the shopping once a week, but we end up buying more stuff, more snacks. We got, we're gaining weight. We think that getting more stuff, ordering more clothes, ordering more stuff will make us happy. That guy understood that one way to get barakah and rizq from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is to be content with less. Number one. Number two, that the other third of his money he used to give and donate for the poor and the needy. And of course, we all know this. But imagine this guy is not giving 2.5% of his income, like 1/40 of his income. He's giving 1/3 for those math geeks among you. And I'm a math geek myself, so I'm sorry if you don't like math. Please don't get offended. So one third he spends on his family, one third he spends on the poor and the needy, and one third he reinvests that money in his land. So he takes that money and he trains his employees, and he sharpens the saws that he is using, and he upgrades his equipment, and he makes sure that he is developing the land. He is investing one third of his income in himself, which is something that those of you who are adults who have graduated from college, who have a stable job, alhamdulillah rabbil alameen, sometimes we don't think of this. We think that as long as I have my degree, whether it's bachelor, master's, PhD, MD, whatever, we don't think much about investing in ourselves. That guy, as much as he understood that he's donating 1/3 of his money for the poor and the needy, he is paying 1/3 of his money to invest in himself, and invest in his land, subhanallah. So again, one third formula. And the man said, subhanallah, this is why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is providing for you. This is why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving you a more and more and more, is because you knew the value of money. You knew that, subhanallah, this money is not for you. It belongs to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Allah has kept this money with you only as a form of, as a test. As a test. So this being said, let me ask a question. MashaAllah, the community helpers are an amazing group that does so much for our community, that has done so much. Let me ask you, what is the project that you are most passionate about? There are so many needs in our community. There's so many needs here in Detroit, so many needs overseas. You have Yemen, you have Syria, you have Burma, you have China, you have so many issues. What are the things, what are the projects, what are the needs that you feel that you think we should pay more attention to those? What do you think? Why don't you guys, first of all, give me a break because I cannot drink water. But also, what are the causes? What are the issues that you believe we should focus our help on? And guess what? Wallahi, you might give us an idea. You might give us a suggestion. You might give us, hey, you know what? There is this family out there who needs that help. You might inspire us with an idea that will drive not only donations, it will also drive, a lot of khair, a lot of people volunteering. What do you guys think Do you guys think we should put more emphasis on the orphans, or or we should put more emphasis on the elderly who might not be getting enough care? Do you think we should put more money into hospitals and making sure that our healthcare providers are getting what they need? And by the way, do we have any healthcare providers among us here? Any orphans? I see some suggestion from Facebook user, orphans. Inshallah, we'll see. Do we have also any healthcare provider with us here? Do we have any nurse, any doctor? Iram Imam, Sterling Heights, thanks for joining. Iram, Jazakumullah khair, thanks for joining. So what do you guys think? What do you guys think? We should focus more on the orphans or on the families or on the widows? Should we send engineer, stable job? Jazakallah khair, akhi engineer. By the way, I'm an engineer myself. And although I have a PhD in engineering, I consider myself a student. So me and you, inshallah, we are on the same page. We are both engineering students. And the difference, alhamdulillah, I have a stable job. But mashallah alaik, mashallah alaik. May Allah reward you. May Allah accept from you. Yani, wallahi, brother or sister, Facebook user, not having a stable job, but being able to donate your time and your money from what you have to others is an inspiration for all of us, because subhanallah, many of us in this community, in this chat room, are probably well established in our career, but all of us, if you ask every person in this group, they started from where you are. They started maybe carpooling to college, borrowing money to buy a sandwich. I remember myself, like, I used to lose a lot of weight in Ramadan simply because I don't have a lot of money to eat when I'm on campus, so I simply eat when I come back home. So many of us started from where you are, subhanallah. And guess what? Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam tells us always, "Sabaqa dirham mi'ata alfa dirham." Sabaqa dirham mi'at alf dirham. Sometimes $1 might outpace, might be stronger, might be heavier in the weight, in the scale of deeds, more than $100,000, because it's coming from someone who is in need. Beautiful, beautiful. Many people need food now. So I agree 100% that, subhanallah, hunger is one of the things that we should fight. Because when people are hungry, imagine people are hungry and they don't have anything to fill their stomach with. My dad used to always, by the way, say this, and I understood this when I grew up. May Allah preserve and bless my dad and all of our parents. He told me this statement that in Arabic, ما جاع جائع إلا بما أترف به غني. So whenever a rich person is getting more food and they are being overweight and obese, the same food has been deprived from someone else. Does that make sense? So it's like Allah has given enough food for everybody on earth, but if a rich person takes more than what they need and they get sick by it, there's a poor person on the other side of the world who is not getting the same food that made you sick, subhanallah. So we have two people who are sick. So subhanallah, the more we donate, it's going to be a win-win situation. Barakallahu fikum. And I think I took more than my time, but that's the problem with speakers. We always end up speaking a lot. So I appreciate being with you guys. And inshallah ta'ala, I will be connecting tomorrow and after tomorrow for an amazing program, bi'idhnillah. And I promise I'll get more ammo jokes on the way, inshallah. Barakallahu fikum wa jazakumullahu khairan.
Jazakumullah khair, Dr. Muhammad. We always love listening to your talks, mashallah. This was very enlightening from you. Jazakumullah khair. So inshallah, next, after this talk, we have our Athan competition. So we had about 22 competitors by my account. Inshallah, I'll list all of them. We appreciate all of you participating, inshallah. We have Athan Ghazal, Ibrahim Khalil, Taha Qureshi, Zaid Qureshi, Fadil Muhammad, Hashir Ahmed, Ali Shagira, Mustafa Ahmed, Muhammad Yazdani, سليمان يزداني, Sahan Latif, Ibrahim Imam, Zakaria Dolan, Abdullah Awshish, Tanzil Muhammad, Imad Ahmed Lari, Muhammad Awais Ahmed, Musa Shafiq, Zaid Jalal, Ibrahim Khalil again, Arsal Imam, Ibrahim Chukhtai, Adam Al Khatib, Muhammad Abdulati, and Abdullah Muhammad. So Jazakumullah khair to all of you for participating in our Adhan competition. But we unfortunately only able to select 5 finalists. So inshallah, our next slide will be those finalists, and we'll have you compete again for your respective adhans, inshallah. So inshallah, I'll start with Abdul Haj Ahmed, inshallah. If you could go ahead and give your, I'm sorry, with Brother Muhammad, inshallah, if you could go ahead and give your adhan.
Hashir Ahmed will be actually going last. I got a text from them. Is there someone else can start if you?
Okay, inshallah. Is Brother Fadil Muhammad there?
Fadil Muhammad? Yes. Okay, he's here. You can start. Jazakallah.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله
Oh, I was muted. Sorry. Jazakallah khair. MashaAllah. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. Next we have Taha Qureshi. Assalamu alaikum, Taha. You can start anytime. Whenever you're ready.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله
Jazakallah khair, mashallah. Where did you learn the adhan from? Like, it sounds like you copied the tone in Medina or something. Do you just listen to the recording and practice? How do you do it? Or did you take like classes to do like it's...
I listen to a recording.
You listen to recording? That's good. That's good. Jazakallah khair. Do we have Zad Qureshi?
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله You're muted.
Oh, sorry. I'm saying mashallah, very beautiful. It sounded like we were sitting in Masjid al-Nabawi. It was so beautiful. Both of you brothers. Mashallah. Jazakallah khair. Who do we have next? Is Hashir Ahmed here? Hashir Ahmed. Hashir? Okay. You can start whenever you're ready.
السلام عليكم.
وعليكم السلام هاشر.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله
Jazakallah khair. That was beautiful. Jazakallah khair. Subhanallah. Next we have Ibrahim Khalil.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح
MashaAllah, MashaAllah. That was beautiful. Jazakallah khair. Okay, next we have Tanzeel. Tanzeel. Assalamu alaikum, Tanzeel.
Assalamu alaikum. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. حي على الصلاة. حي على الصلاة. حي على الفلاح. حي على الفلاح. الله أكبر، الله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah. Jazakallah khair, Tanzeel. That was beautiful. So I think that for the Adhan competition, that's it. Now, brother Imtiaz will take over. Jazakallah.
Jazakallah khair to all of you, and Jazakallah khair Hamza for managing that. MashaAllah, all those adhans are beautiful. May Allah Ta'ala bless every single one of you, inshaAllah. Jazakallah khair to everyone who participated today, Dr. Muhammad, our president, our treasurer, Brother Hamza, all the competitors in the Adhan competition. Inshallah, the winners will be announced today on our Facebook page. Tomorrow, inshallah, we'll be having our Girls Nasheed competition, and Dr. Muhammad will be returning as well. So make sure to tune in, inshallah, again. It'll be 3:30 onwards, the same as today, inshallah. Jazakallah khair to every single one of you who joined today. Inshallah, see you tomorrow. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.